LiCo Wellness Book Club. Okay, it is always nice to meet all of you. Okay, so tonight I'm sharing on inflammation. What are the root causes of a lot of chronic diseases? Okay, yeah. So let me just share my. Can I have just a show of hand? Who actually attended last? Is it last week or last 2 weeks? Last 2 weeks. Chinese version. Okay. Yeah, because why this is actually a repeat version, but it is in English. Yeah. A lot of people told me that they either missed it or they would prefer to listen to me in English. So I try my best. Okay. Yeah. So the topic for today is inflammation, the inflammation at the root of most diseases. Okay. A lot of time we don't relate inflammation to a lot of diseases, especially chronic diseases like hypertension and all that. But if you trace the root cause, a lot of time all these chronic diseases it could be traced to inflammation of the body. Okay, so before I even start to talk to you about inflammation, let me just share with you my story. Okay, so that girl there is me lah, huh? Like 25 years ago. Look horrible, right? I am always every time I look at the picture, it always reminded me of why and how important it is for us to take care of ourselves, especially for female, right? Yeah. So many years ago, uh, uh, I was working as a account manager and I got pregnant. Then I in 2001, I had my first child. I actually quit my job as an account manager to be a full-time mom, right? So as a uni grad, like 25 years ago, I thought, I am pretty smart. I'm a manager. I read a lot of books. I should know about my own health. So I don't believe in, like most people, I didn't believe in taking vitamins and uh, especially even when I was pregnant with my first child, I didn't take vitamin. I think I'd only take the iron folic that was given by the doctor. And the doctor always said, no, like you just need to eat balanced diet. You don't need to eat extra for your baby. You just need to eat balanced diet. But what is balanced diet, right? Everybody think of balanced diet differently. Okay. So a lot of time also, when we are sick, actually, we go to doctor. But then even if you are a lawyer, an accountant, or even, uh, you don't know much about your own health. Yeah, especially, when you are sick, actually you go to the doctor, right? When we buy TVs or when we buy a mobile phone or something, it always comes with a troubleshooting, right? So when our phone hang or what, if it's not working well, we know how to reset, we know how to troubleshoot. But how about our own body? Do you know how to troubleshoot and fix yourself when you are sick? Normally, we don't, right? Yeah, even though you can be very educated, but when it comes to your own health, a lot of time we don't know how to deal with it. Okay, so same as me. And then another 2 years later, I have my second baby. So same thing. I didn't take vitamins or whatever extra. Um, so I don't think I need vitamin and just eat balanced diet. Yeah, my gynae told me. Yeah, and then during that time, because I need to take care of my first child and then my second baby, and I don't have time to cook, so I ordered the tingkat. I think everyone here in Singapore and Malaysia, we all know this tingkat thing, right? It's a catering food. So what you see in the picture is what I ate last time, and this is not like I eat 3 meals a day. It is one set, but I eat from morning until evening. Just that one set. Can you imagine? Yeah. So and my husband's is always overseas. So a lot of time I'm alone together with my two children. So this is what I eat. So of course, after a while I got sick. Okay, I got sick. in 2005, I started to have pain and swelling on my joints. Sometimes it got so bad that the swelling on my joints has got a lot of pain, so much so that I cannot hold my toothbrush properly. I have to hold it with my thumb because it was so painful. And my legs actually starts to, the leg joints, the toes and all that starts to swell up, that sometimes I cannot walk. Yeah, so it got pretty bad. So I went to see doctor. After a while, I went to see doctor, and doctor just gave me painkiller. But I still feel something serious, something is not right with my body. So eventually I asked the GP to do a full blood test for me. And then what happened is that he realized that I have rheumatoid arthritis. My rheumatoid factor was exceptionally high. So I went to see rheumatologist, right? I changed a few rheumatologists and they asked me to take medicine, and I didn't get better, right? And in 2007, after taking medication and seeing the experts in rheumatology, I even went to see the most expensive doctor, thinking that the most expensive doctor must be the best, right? And then the doctor was like the chairman of the Rheumatoid Arthritis Association of Singapore, and his office is in Mount Elizabeth Hospital. So, we have this perception that the most expensive one, the most expensive doctor must be the best. But what happened is every time I go and see a doctor, the doctor will prescribe medication. Before I go into his room, I need to do blood tests. After the blood test is result is out, then he will see me, and then he will ask me, Liz, so for the past 2 weeks, have you got any pain or not? So if I answer yes, then he will look at my report. And then he will say, okay, I will add medication. So if I say no pain, then he will look at my report and he will say, continue with your medication. Yeah, so that's what happened. And then I got to pay a lot for the medication, but my condition didn't get better. In fact, with the medication, with the strong medication, for example, the steroids and the methotrexate, which is the MTX to suppress the immune system, right? I got a lot of side effects. Yeah, I got hair loss. I got ringing in the ear. I was constantly tired and all that. So it got so bad that I couldn't take care of my kids properly. Yeah, so at that time I was only 32 or 33, 32-year old or 33-year old. So I asked myself, I'm still so young. Is it I'm going to live like that for the rest of my life, and it's going to just get worse? Yeah, so it is at that point that I started to look for alternative treatment. Yeah, so the first alternative treatment that I went for was TCM. I think like many of us are normally we are quite receptive to TCM. So I was lucky. The first TCM that I went to, she is a Beijing. She was from Beijing. She's a TCM doctor from Beijing. At the same time, she is also a Western doctor. She has a Western doctor. She is Western doctor trained. So she told me frankly that if let's say you can find some, if people give you or people recommend you any TCM medicine that is so effective that after you have took it, the pain will go away immediately. This kind of super effective medication for arthritis, right? Normally, most of the time has got steroid in it. Yeah. So we all know if you take too much steroid, right, it will destroy your kidney. Yeah. And your liver also. Yeah. So she told me for rheumatoid arthritis, there is no way you can recover from it. You can only control it, or if you have pain, you manage the pain. Yeah. So at that point, I told myself, yeah, maybe I am not going to get I'm not going to be fully recovered for whatever reason. And so I cannot remember whether I read from books or somewhere, but I read this quote regarding health. You don't need a light bulb. You just need to have light in the room. Yeah. So instead of trying to get well, as in recover from rheumatoid arthritis, I started to change my perception of my disease. Okay. I told myself, if let's say there is no pain on my joint, there is no flare up, there is no swelling on my joint, I can live as per normal. I don't need the side effects from the medication. And as long as I can have a rather healthy functions, then I probably don't need to aim to recover from my disease. Yeah, so then I started to look for another alternative, which is nutrition. Yeah, and I chanced upon this, what do you call that? 排毒大师啊，so he is from China. He was MA ABO also in China. Yeah, so I started to watch his video, read his book, and he said that people don't get sick for no reason. Okay, when you are sick, there must be some reason. Yeah, some reason behind, and you must repent and change. Okay, and what's more important is you must get rid of your bad habits that cause your issues, your health issues, and do the right thing. Right? What is the right thing? Meaning that if you need to, if you are too stressed, if you are sick because you are not taking enough good food, nutrition, then go and eat good food, go and rest. It's as simple as that. Yeah, and then if let's say you have overloaded with toxins, then do detoxification, help the cell to recover. And once the cell recover, the functions of the organ can be restored. Yeah, so subsequently at that time, I started to attend many of these nutrition talks and classes, courses. And one of the master in nutrition is Wang Zhongbing 老师. He is also from China, and I learned so much from him. I think there are still some of his audio around. If you are interested, let us know. We can maybe, dub some of the audio for you all, because he is my nutrition teacher. I follow him. I read his. I listen to his a lot of his audio whenever he comes to Singapore. I will attend his class. Okay, and through a lot of attending all these courses, I learned so much about nutrition and how nutrition therapy can help people heal themselves. A lot of time it is not the knowledge that heals you, it's the body. Your body cells can heal itself, heal your body. So you need to know how to give your body the right kind of nutrition so that your cells can work to heal you. Okay, so what saved me at that time was that I was very open-minded to learn. Okay, when I get sick, then I realized I need to learn. Before I was sick, I thought I'm very proud. Then what is this? You don't sell me supplements. I hate supplements. I hate direct selling. I feel that anybody who tries to introduce supplements to me, especially from a direct selling company, I think they are scam. They try to earn my money and all that. So I don't believe in all these things. That's why for many, many years, until I got sick, I don't believe in supplements. I don't believe in taking all these artificial tablets. I take it, I look at it, I feel like it is just medicine. Yeah. So like many of you, I have doubt in all of this, and I strongly oppose to buying things from MLM, actually, especially nutritions. Yeah. So what saved me at that time was that because I was desperate already, I was sick. So I was willing to learn with an open mind. Yeah, just like all of you here tonight. I hope you all can open your mind and listen to what I'm going to share with you later, which is on inflammation. I hope my sharing can actually at least help you grasp some concept about nutrition, about your health, or let you discover what nutrition uh, healing can do for you and your loved ones. Okay, and you don't have to believe me. Okay, but whatever I said, you can go and find evidence, scientific evidence, to prove that I am wrong. Okay, that's what you can do. That's what I did last time. That's why I read hundreds of books. Every time after I attended all these talks, right? Whatever the teacher said, if I have doubt, I write it down. I go library, I go bookstores to find evidence of what the teacher said. I just want to prove that whatever he or she said on stage or in a class is true and it is scientific. Okay, I don't believe anything, I mean, especially nutrition and health, that is not scientific. So I always have science to back me up. Yeah, whenever I have any questions about like health. Okay. Yeah. So I hope you all also have an open mind when it comes to your health. When it comes to learning about your health. Yeah. So I even went to Taiwan a few times to attend nutrition courses, and from there I see with my own eyes people heal from very terrible diseases through nutrition therapy. As for example, the Hongban Langchang. Hongban Langchang is lupus, is an autoimmune disease, eczema, and they are so serious. Their conditions were so many times serious than me, and they got healed from nutrition therapy. Of course, it's not easy. Of course, it takes many, many years to completely recover. Yeah, and because of all these testimonials, I believe that I mean, my belief in the nutrition, good quality nutrition supplements, how it can help people heal, become stronger and stronger. So within, actually, after I started my nutrition healing, right, for about 6 months, I took a lot of antioxidants. Yeah, antioxidants, high doses of antioxidants. I spent quite a lot of money on nutrition. Like for example, coenzyme Q10. Before M-Cell launch, coenzyme Q10 is the only supplements that actually goes into the cell to boost the what do you call that? The mitochondria. Okay. Yeah. So I took that from then until now. Every day I took at least 2 tablets. Okay. And of course, I took probiotics for my gut health, and I heal myself. Yeah. Yeah. So what the picture that you see now, uh what happened recently. Yeah, I mean, I am fully recovered from my rheumatoid arthritis. Not only that, after so many years, every 2 years, every 1 or 2 years, I will still go and do my blood tests, and it always come out that my arthritis factor is negative. I no longer have swelling on my hands. My fingers, as you can see, they are perfect. They are not crooked, right? And I feel I'm stronger and healthier than when I was in my 30s. Although I'm already over 50, I'm still I feel that I'm actually healthier than before. Yeah, I can even go hiking for multi-day hikings in Europe. I can go skiing, etc., etc. So this is not possible if I have not opened my mind to nutrition, learning nutrition over 20 years ago. It's not possible. Okay. Yeah. If I didn't open my mind to learning nutrition 20 over years ago, what you see now should be my present and my future, which means that, I still suffer from rheumatoid arthritis. I probably have to swallow, instead of supplements, I swallow a lot of medication that will cause my hair drops and liver damage. And then I have to go and see doctor every 2 weeks. Yeah, the reason why the doctor needs to see me every 2 weeks is because the medication is so strong that it can alter my DNA. The MTX I was taking is actually chemo drug. Uh, Before I even take the medication, the doctor actually asked me, at least, do you still want to have a third baby? I say, why? I'm very curious because you are my rheumatologist. You are not my gynae ma. Why you ask me whether I want to have third baby, right? So the doctor said, because this MTX will actually affect my DNA. And if I get pregnant while I'm taking MTX, I have a high chance of having a defective baby. So if I'm taking MTX, I should not get pregnant. Yeah, so that is how toxic the medication was that time. Yeah, so I'm grateful. I'm really grateful that, like 20 over years ago, I actually opened up my mind to listen and learn about nutrition, and that really changed my life. Okay, so then we come back to inflammation. Okay, so what is inflammation? Inflammation is your body's response to an injury, illness, or irritants. So is inflammation good or bad? So if you think it is good, you put 1. If you think it's bad, you put 2. If you think it's good and it's also sometimes can be bad, you put 1 and 2. Right? 1.5, huh? Okay. Yeah. So inflammation is a body's natural response, yeah, to any injury, illness, or irritants. Okay. So for example, okay, if there is an injury, for example, this hand got poked by something, it could be mosquito bites, or it could be just scratch or what. Yeah, once there is a breakage on the skin, right, it will trigger our it will trigger the body's immune response to release our immune cells. Okay, there are many types of immune cells, like T cells, B cells, phagocytes. There are many types. Okay, and when they comes to the sites, right? Let me see. Okay, when they come to the site here, where the injury is, the injury site, they try to kill all the invaders, such as germs, such as bacteria, viruses that tries to get into the body. Okay, so when the white blood cells or all the immune cells come to the the injury site, it causes inflammation. Okay, and yeah, it causes inflammation, and all these white cells will actually eat up the foreign invaders like germs and bacteria. Yeah, so in this type of inflammation, it is actually good. Can you imagine if your body does not respond to invaders and there is no inflammation? All the bacteria and dust and everything will come into your body. Isn't it going to be even more dangerous, right? Yeah, so because our body has an immune response that causes the inflammation to occur, it helps our body to heal. Okay, so in this sense, inflammation is good. Okay, yeah. So that what I showed you just now was acute inflammation, meaning that it happened by accidents, and normally it just lasts for 1 day or only like a few days, then it goes off. When acute inflammation happens, normally you will have redness, you will have swelling, you can sometimes even have some we call it a bit hot or heat. Yeah, you feel the heat sometimes, and pain. Okay, so this is acute inflammation. Acute inflammation can happen when there is allergic reaction. For example, you have eaten something like seafood or something that causes your allergic reaction. Some people got swelling on the lips. Some people got a lot of hives on the body, right? And sometimes chemical irritants, if you accidentally touch on some liquid chemicals like bleach, right? You will feel burning sensations on your skin also. That is also inflammation. Infections, okay? Trauma, injury, of course, if you fall down, you have a trauma or injury, you get acute inflammation, sometimes burns, yeah, and even frostbite. Okay, yeah. So the more dangerous one here is the chronic inflammation, because acute inflammation, normally you can feel the pain, you can feel you can even visually see the injury. But for chronic inflammation, it is like a silent fire that is burning inside you, but you are not aware of it. So this is actually even more dangerous, such as cardiovascular disease. Cardiovascular disease, isn't it caused by high cholesterol? Right? How come inflammation got to do with it, right? And neurological disease, autoimmune disease, rheumatoid arthritis, cancer, even cancer, yeah, is part of chronic inflammation. Yeah, lupus, fibromyalgia, chronic fatigue syndrome. So these are the things that could be caused by inflammation. Okay, so how do we know whether we have chronic inflammation? There are ways to do it through blood tests. Okay, if you have done any full blood test, right, probably you have seen the WBC, the white blood cells. When your white blood cells is very high, it shows that you have inflammation or infection. Yeah, normally doctor, when they look at your white blood cell, if it's very high, it just shows that you are currently having an infection. So the doctor will try to figure out where the infection is. Okay. The second blood test you can do is ESR. ESR is to see how fast your red blood cells sediment, right? So if you have inflammation, the ESR index actually go up. Okay. Third one is actually CRP and HSCRP. Okay. CRP is to test whether your liver has got any injury, and then it will actually excrete some kind of enzyme that can be picked up when we do blood report. If your CRP is high, it shows that you have inflammation. Yeah, and there's an injury to the liver. HSCRP is more specific. If your HSCRP is high, it means that there is inflammation in the arteries. Yeah, in the arteries and the heart. Okay, so for people who are 45 and above, I suggest that the next time when you go for your blood test, please do the CRP and the HSCRP. Normally, you need to pay extra for HSCRP, and it is very accurate. And if it's high, it just shows that your risk of a cardiovascular disease is also high. Yeah. And lastly is ferritin. Ferritin is actually iron index, is to know whether you have higher iron in your body. So for female, because we have menses, so normally the ferritin can be quite low. But for guys, if let's say your ferritin is high because you don't have menses, so when your ferritin is high, right, it also shows that you have inflammation. So these are the four tests that you can do to check whether you have inflammation or not. Okay, so suddenly so many things. What are the root cause of inflammation, right? Long-term chronic infections can cause inflammation. For example, cholecystitis, which is a gallbladder inflammation. Okay, at first the gallbladder has got a bit of the gallstone, but if you don't do anything, the gallstone become bigger and it can cause inflammation. Every time you see these ITs, ITIS in the words, right, it just means that it is inflammation. And if you don't treat this gallbladder inflammation, it can become gallbladder cancer. Same as for gastric. In our stomach, if let's say there is an ulcer, but you didn't treat it, after a long period of time, it becomes chronic infections, and this gastritis can become gastric cancer. Okay, yeah. So sometimes nutritional imbalance can cause inflammation too, especially when it comes to the oil that we eat every day. Okay, omega-6 is pro-inflammation. Omega-3 is anti-inflammation, right? So omega-6 comes from the plant-based oil. Okay, plant-based oil. So we are not supposed to take so much of the plant-based seed oil. Okay, and if you want to take more of that omega-6 oil, you need to take higher dose of omega-3, which is normally from the deep sea fish, okay, fish oil, okay, because then it is balanced. If you take a lot of, especially when we eat out, the food outside has got a lot of omega-6, and you are not taking enough omega-3, your body will suffer from inflammation. Yeah, so our first line of defense for inflammation, right, is actually to take higher intake of deep sea fish like salmon, like mackerel, like sardine and cod. Yeah, so if you cannot like every day eat this kind of fish, then supplements is the easiest way lah. Yeah, and then if you take a lot of trans fats, what are trans fat? They are deep fried food. Okay, deep fried food, because of the deep frying in the vegetable oils, it becomes trans fat. Okay, trans fat can cause high LDL, high bad cholesterol, and it can cause inflammation. So if you eat a lot of like cake with cream, bread and all that, it also contains a lot of trans fats, like biscuit, a lot of trans fat. So if you fear that you already have inflammation, please cut down on all this food, okay? And sugar can cause inflammation as well. Obesity, if you are overweight, not even obesity, if you're overweight by 10% of your healthy weight, then you are also in the risk of inflammation, because fat cells, they are not cute, okay? And they are not dead, they are alive. Fats has, they actually will secrete inflammatory factors. So the more fats you have in your body, the more inflammation you will have, okay? And stress, okay? Stress is not just an emotional, or it's not just a feeling. When you are stressed, your body has got a lot of chemical reactions, okay? One of the chemical reaction is what we call cortisol. Okay, cortisol is your stress hormone. When there is cortisol, it is actually anti-inflammatory. Yeah, when you are stressed, the body excrete cortisol. It's supposed to push, push off the fire in your body. But if you continue to have high stress, or we call it chronic high stress, it can lead to immune disorders. Okay, maybe next time we'll do a stress talk on stress webinar on how the chemical works behind stress. Okay, yeah, it can cause chronic high stress can lead to immune disorders. For example, people who are so stressed up, right, suddenly go for holiday. You'll find that a lot of people, after they go for holiday, then they fall sick. When they are working very hard, right, they don't fall sick. When they are relaxed, they fall sick. Why? Because when they are working hard, they are so stressed, the body actually have a lot of cortisol. But because too much cortisol will create another problem, right? That is, your immune will be suppressed. Your immune system will be suppressed, and therefore, when you are not stressed anymore, you fall sick, because your immune system already very low. Okay, lack of sleep. Okay, if you always lack of sleep, it can lead to inflammation. That's why you see there are some cases whereby people, they work day and night, and then they suddenly collapse and dead. Yeah, or young people who play games, online games, they don't sleep at night for continuously like 3 or 4 days. They will just collapse and die. Okay, this is what we call storm of inflammation. Lack of exercise, okay? When you don't move your body will start to accumulate a lot of lactic acid. These lactic acids can cause inflammation also. And of course, the imbalance of the colon, the gut, okay, whereby you may get leaky gut or immune disorder. This one I also will talk about. Environmental pollution, if you stay next to a highway, or there is a MRT lines under constructions, or there's pesticide or water pollution, you drink direct from the tap, you are exposed to all these pollutants, and there is high chance of inflammation. Aging process is inflammatory. I suppose every one of us we are undergoing aging process. You like it or not, right? So somehow every day we are facing with inflammation also. Okay, and the last one is actually genetic factor. Okay, for example, some rheumatoid arthritis can happen in young children. It's what we call juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. This is actually due to DNA. Okay, so just now I talk about how inflammation causes cardiovascular disease, right? A lot of time we say, oh, if you have high cholesterol, high LDL, it can actually cause blockages in the blood vessels. Yeah, like what you see here. But why is it that cholesterol accumulate at certain place and not everywhere, right? Only at certain sites in the blood vessels, right? So if you today fall down and you injured your skin, you besides putting the antiseptic, the iodine antiseptic liquid, right? Sometimes we will also paste a plaster, a handy plus, correct? Why? What's the purpose of the handy plus? Is the purpose is there any skin in the handy plus that will help you heal? No, right? The handy plus is actually just acts as a barrier to protect our wound, open wound from invaders, the germs and bacteria. But what happens when you have injuries in your artery? Are you able to patch the injury in your artery? How do you patch? You can't, right? So the body has its own way of trying to save you from disaster. Okay, when you have injury in your artery, the body will use cholesterol, something like a plaster to patch on the injury site. Okay, so if let's say after you patch on the after the body patch the cholesterol on the injury site, and you no longer cause any more friction, any more injury to the site, it will remain like that. But if let's say you continue to be very stressful, you're not taking your omega-3, the inflammation is going on and on, the body will continue to patch it up using cholesterol. So after a while, it becomes so thick, the cholesterol becomes so thick, and it can block the blood vessels. This is what happened when there is, this is what happened after you got the hypertension, or what you call stroke. Yeah, it is because the amount of cholesterol there causes the blockage, and the blood is trying to push through, hence your blood pressure go up. Okay, and let's say sometimes you are too happy or too sad, a lot of blood flushing through that side, and if it breaks in your brain, then it is a stroke. If it breaks in the heart, then it is a heart attack. Okay, so the key problem here is not high cholesterol. The key problem here is actually inflammation in the blood vessels, the inflamed blood vessels. So what happened when you have this issue? What happened? What you should do is actually take high doses of omega-3, take vitamin C, and don't be so stressed. Okay, yeah, reduce the inflammation, and then your body will not have so much of LDL as a plaster to patch on the injury inside your arteries. How about some dermatitis like skin disease, for example, eczema or psoriasis? Yeah, are they a skin disease? Since it is on the skin, right? So it must be skin disease, right? So if this is skin disease, supposedly you apply cream on the skin, it can heal by itself, right? But it didn't. Yeah, normally people with eczema or skin disease, skin issues, right? They put the steroid cream. It works for a while. After that, it comes back even worse. So what you see on the screen now is actually one of my clients many years ago. She's a Malay girl. She not only have the wound, the eczema on the hand is actually all over her body. okay, all over her body. And she's been using a lot of all this cream from the doctor, but it only get well for a while. So I introduced her to nutrition healing using high doses of antioxidants, and also probiotics and also protein for better healing. Just very quickly, within 3 months, the skin started to heal. You can see that the actual skin comes on is red, and is completely healed after just about 3 to 6 months. Normally, any kind of nutrition healing takes 3 to 6 months. Why? Because the cells, or the process of healing, the cells renewal takes 3 to 6 months, depending on what cells it is. Okay, about 3 to 6 months. Once we give the body enough nutrients, it will start to do its job. Yeah, the cells will do its jobs by doing all the repair and healing. Okay, so same thing, high dose of antioxidants. What are antioxidants? Vitamin C, vitamin E, some omega, vitamin B, plant concentrate, for example, double X or concentrated fruits and vegetables, fruit and vegetable concentrate, yeah. Omega-3 to reduce the inflammation, gut reset or gut morning, which is the probiotic, prebiotic, and protein, right? And plus time. We need time for healing, right? So that is what nutrition healing is all about. Okay, so this is another of my client, okay, in 2020, which is COVID time. He was very stressed, and then he got eczema started from the thigh. At first, he asked me, I thought it was the chair that he was sitting on, maybe got some virus or insects. Subsequently, his hands started to peel, and it got so bad, itchiness and all that. It affected his sleep. So he was like so stressed up. Okay, and he went to see TCM, and he spent a lot of money on medication, TCM medication. It got better, better control, but then it comes back again, right? So I asked him to try out the nutrition healing, and what I gave him, same thing, high dose of antioxidants, omega-3, gut reset, gut morning, plus time. So it only took him about 3 months, yeah, from November to March, only 3 months. Yeah. So so it is possible, okay, if you give it the right nutrients with the right knowledge. Of course, because I know the trigger point for his skin issues was stress. So I also particularly told him how to manage his stress lah. Yeah, so I talked to him and all that, and make sure that he sleeps well. And those food, for example, all the processed food, I asked him to stop taking, only natural food. Okay, and that actually helps him to recover in very short time, just 3 months. Okay, yeah. So occasional inflammation actually can save life, the acute inflammation, but chronic inflammation actually will cause diseases. Okay, so this is very, very important. Yeah, yeah. So some are the possible signs of chronic inflammation. You can ask yourself, do I have dry eyes? Do I always have excess mucus production? For example, do you always like sneeze like that in the morning? That is also another form of inflammation. Do you have skin symptoms, lower back pain, balance problem? Do you always have brain fog, low energy, joint pain, yeah, or acid reflux, or you always have irritable bowel, like when you kanchong, you just need to run toilet, this kind of thing, abdominal pain, or even bad breath. All of these actually are signs of inflammation. Okay, so as I said just now, chronic inflammation can cause a lot of issues. Can you imagine if you just manage the inflammation, right? The chronic inflammation, you can actually don't have all these diseases that you see on the screen. These are all the possible consequence from chronic inflammation. Yeah. So I always told my clients and my family that whatever you do every day, take your omega-3, take your vitamin C. During COVID, a lot of people, they kena COVID, right? Then they test, then they say, oh, I no more COVID already. So they stop taking medication, then they just go out, live as per normal. But actually, the inflammation, it is still inside. Okay, because when you test using the COVID kit, right? The kit said that there is no more COVID, but actually it's because the kit has its own limitation. It cannot detect COVID virus, but that doesn't mean that there is no more COVID virus in your body. It's just not detectable. There are a lot of the dead bodies of the COVID virus in your body, and it causes inflammation. And this chronic inflammation actually is what people say they have brain fog after COVID. Anybody experience that? Or they have allergy reactions after COVID? Yeah. So, and how about vaccines? After you've taken the vaccines, it's as good as you kena COVID like that. So there is also inflammation. I got a friend's son who actually developed skin issues after the jab. Yeah. So I suggest that everybody, whether you like it or not, take omega-3. If you are taking, if your diet contain a lot of deep sea fish, right? Like 1 week, if you can eat 3 times of like salmon, big piece, probably supplements you can just take like 1 or 2 tablet a day. But if let's say you don't eat so much of fish, you make sure every day you take 2 tablet of the salmon omega. So for Nutrilite salmon omega, they already tested it to be very effective. If you take 2 tablets, it can actually reduce inflammation, right? Yeah. So for your info, I have not kena COVID before, not even once. Although my family members, they have once, or I think my son, my daughter have once, but I have not kena COVID. Yeah. So I think my immune system probably quite strong. Yeah. Okay. So how do we prevent or manage inflammation? Okay. So managing inflammation actually involves adopting a healthy lifestyle. Okay. And incorporating anti-inflammatory diet. Okay. What are the healthy lifestyle? Okay. We always like to say, you need to earn your health. Okay. EARN is so important, right? I need to say again, okay, exercise. Exercise actually release endorphins. Endorphins is a hormone, which are chemicals in the brain that act as natural painkiller and mood elevators. And it can actually reduce the perception of pain is associated with inflammation. Actually, exercise also help you to get rid of the lactic acid, in your body by sweating and all that. So that actually reduces your inflammation. Of course, I'm talking about exercise that is not too strenuous, okay? Like for example, the 超慢跑, the very, very slow run, and not talking about going for marathons. Marathons are very pro-inflammation, okay? And A is positive attitude. Happiness and mindfulness actually helps in regulating stress hormone in the body, indirectly reducing inflammatory responses. And R means rest. When we have enough rest, right, we are more able to, our body are more able to manage the inflammation, enhance the immune system, and support the body ability to mend its tissues. And lastly, N is nutrition. So nutrition therapy is all about eating right and supplementation when you are not getting enough from your daily diet. And for people with diseases, sometimes eating right is not enough because your health is already sub-health. You need these extra supplements to help you manage your condition. Okay, if you're just eating right, it will take forever to heal. You need that extra help. Okay. Yeah. So what are the food that is anti-inflammation? For example, onion, garlic. Hey, then you say onion and garlic. I eat every day leh. I eat every day leh. Yeah, but let me tell you, onion here, those onion that is no pesticide one lah. Okay, and garlic, if you eat those like fried garlic, like what Chinese always do, the fried until very crispy garlic, sorry, no more active ingredient inside. Okay, so how do you eat garlic that is really anti-inflammatory? Is to get the good garlic and then add some, you just cut it open, expose to air for a while. If you can, add good vinegar, then you eat fresh like that. Yeah. So, you know, the chicken rice garlic, I think that is also good also. Chicken rice garlic, because it's very pungent, it's not cooked. But a lot of time they also cook it because then it will not go rancid. Okay, yeah. Fatty fish, not that the fish is fat, but those deep sea fish like cod, salmon, mackerel, sardine, dark green leafy vegetables, okay, mushrooms, turmeric. Okay, turmeric is super good in anti-inflammatory, but don't buy from Indian store, okay, because those are for curry, and a lot of time they already add in color and flour, so they are not pure. So buy from those organic shop where they have real turmeric, or buy fresh turmeric. Yeah, it's like ginger like that, and then you know whatever you do, or maybe you add into your blend or whatever drinks or what. So turmeric is good. Dark chocolate, at least 70% cocoa. Berries, avocados, these are all anti-inflammatory food. Inflammatory food, alcohol lah, processed food lah, red meat, processed meat, refined carbs. Okay, refined carbs means white rice. Refined carbs means flour, white bread. Yeah. So anything, any carbo or that without fiber is called refined carbs. Okay. So these are the kind of food that you can prepare at home very easily, where you can see there are tomatoes, capsicums, garlics, and onions. So it is you can easily prepare this, and with the deep sea fish, salmon. So just one pot, okay? Something like this. We call it Mediterranean diet lah, with a lot of seafood and fresh vegetables, not cooked one. And if you say we are Asian, so you do Mediterranean diet, right? So what you see here, they are also good. A lot of vegetables, or nothing processed. Okay, so these are my daily diet lah. Okay, where this is how I eat, with a lot of vegetables, very little rice. Even if I eat rice, mostly they are brown rice. So these are what we call anti-inflammatory diet. It's very simple. No need to cook very difficult one. No need to do deep fry everything. Very simple one. Okay, if you're interested in this, maybe we can do a cooking class on anti-inflammatory cooking class. Okay, yeah, you can write on the chat if you are interested. Yeah, so as I said just now, anti-inflammatory food is very important. But let's say even if you have disease, just taking anti-inflammatory food is not enough. You need extra help. Okay, you need that extra phytonutrients, which is the nutrients from plants, and in concentrated form. I believe most of us here are Chinese. We know about Chinese medicine. How do you eat Chinese medicine last time? We get it from the medicine hall, right? The herbs. Then you come back, then the doctor said you have to boil in a pot, clay pot, from 3 or 5 bowl of water. You boil until become 1 bowl of water. Correct? That is what we call concentration. Correct? And now they come out with a powder form already. Then they put the powder in the capsule so that you can just eat like that. You don't need to boil at home. Nowadays, where got people so free to boil, right? So phytonutrients from Nutrilite is the same. They are using fruits and vegetable concentrates from their organic farms. Fruits and vegetables from the organic farm. They remove the water, and they remove the whatever fiber that they don't need. They concentrate the juices into dry form, into powder, and they crush it into a tablet and they sell to you. Okay, and for Nutrilite, why I use Nutrilite only for my nutrition healing? First of all is safety. Second of all is because they are all plant-based. And third, of course, they have their own organic farm. And finally, they don't have so much of synthetic ingredient inside, not like outside. They can add color, lah. They can add a lot of things to the synthetic component into the tablet. And Nutrilite has been in the market for 90 years, so it is very safe. And because I give my clients quite high doses, so I must make sure that they are safe, right? I think safety is the most important when it comes to supplements. Yes, a lot of companies can just say, boast that, wow, this one like magic pill can do this, can do that. But what I want to see, most importantly, is how safe it is, right? So I will look at the company's background, how many years, is it that they have their own farm, did they produce this by themselves? They have very good QC or not? I think that's very important. So what these phytonutrients or what we call antioxidants do to our body is it acts like what you call okay, free radicals are bad guys. Okay, these bad guys, right? They try to destroy the good cells in our body. Okay, so these antioxidants, when they come into our body, when we eat the antioxidants, right, they come in between the bad guys and our cell, the free radical and our cells, and they sacrifice themselves to the free radical. They say, you take me lah, and then you don't go and disturb the body cell. Okay, so when you don't have enough antioxidants in your body, the free radical will destroy your cells. They will damage your cells. Okay, but when you have antioxidants, they act as a sacrifice. They sacrifice themselves, and then they donate their atoms to. They donate an electrons to the free radicals so that the free radicals don't come and disturb or damage the body cells. Yeah. So when your body cells get a lot of damage, right, you need higher and higher dose of antioxidants so that it can protect your cells from free radicals. Okay. And free radicals can be chemicals, can be pollutions, can be when you are breathing also, when you are stressed, you produce a lot of free radicals, right? So it's something that we cannot avoid lah, but we can reduce. Okay. So by taking the double X, right, you are actually taking in 19 types of phytonutrients, meaning that concentrates from 19 types of fruits and vegetables, especially the turmeric, the garlic, rosemary, and the onion. Okay, yeah. So this is very important for healing. This is so important for healing. Okay, and then besides that, our body, or I mean, for human body, we are supposedly we have if we have balanced gut, right? Meaning that 85% good bacteria, 15% are bad bacteria. It's supposed to be giving our body 70% of our immune system. Okay, but most of us, if you have taken antibiotics, if you have taken a lot of processed food, basically your guts are all not in balance. Even if you drink tap water, inside tap water has got chlorine. Chlorine kills your good bacteria. Yeah, so that will actually cause bad bacteria to overgrow your good bacteria, and that causes our gut imbalance. When the gut is in imbalance, your immune system will suffer. Okay, yeah. So you can actually balance your gut by taking fermented or probiotic food. What are fermented or probiotic food? Like kimchi lah, natto bean lah, tempeh lah, yogurt. Yeah, all of these are actually are very helpful, but they also have some problem because like yogurt has got sugar and high fats. Sometimes not everybody can take it. Okay. And by taking plant-based high fiber food, also you help your gut microbiome to grow. Okay. So for healing, it is very important that you make sure that your gut microbiome are in balance. Balance. Okay. Yeah. Because it takes up 70% of your immune system. Okay. So probiotic, if you take the Nutrilite probiotic, they are the transient probiotics, meaning that they are like travelers like that, visitor, they come in for a short time, daily, a week or two, and then they will go off. All right. They will die. So you need to constantly intake, right? And the prebiotics are fiber. Fibers are food for our resident probiotics, meaning that those already live inside our gut. We need to feed them with prebiotics. And plant protein actually helps with protective layer for the gut wall to prevent leaky gut. Okay. A lot of time when we have allergies and all that is because we have leaky guts. The food that you take actually got into our blood. So our body create a immune response, inflammation because of that. By taking the plant protein, actually it helps to prevent that. And of course, the probiotic and prebiotic also helps too. So it's very simple. It's not very difficult. Yeah, like for me, every morning I will just put in everything, the probiotic, the prebiotic, the plant protein, plus my vitamins, my multivitamins, and that's all I take. That's quite a lot. But that helps me to be very active nowadays. I mean, we'll be very active for past 20 over years. So I've been taking this for a long time, and it helps me tremendously, right? Yeah. So just now I talked about how I use nutrition healing to help my friend here to heal, and high dose of antioxidant, omega-3 gut reset plus time. Last time it took me 3 months of high dose of nutrition to help my client to heal from eczema. But lately, because of the M cells launching, right, we have been trying out the products, and many people have posted their testimonials, especially for skin issues, right? Just like a few days, the skin issues just recover, right? So what happened is that this new products themselves, right, has got 5 superfood plant. They are plant. Okay, these 5 superfood was selected by Neutralize AI artificial intelligence system to be the most potent in anti-aging. Okay, so when we like for example during healing, you give yourself the right nutrients, and then your gut also balanced already. But how come you still need to take 3 or 6 months? Because a lot of time our cells are not in perfect condition, right? Even though if you give it enough nutrients, it is not in a good conditions to utilize all the nutrients that you give your cell, and then it can like do the repair work. But because of this new product called M-Cell, it actually helps to repair the cells. So when the cells is repaired to its healthy level, it can do everything. It's just like when we were young, if we have a cut on our hand or leg, it gets healed very fast. But then as we get old, you find that the wound doesn't get healed so fast, right? And when we were young, our skin also like look very vibrant. When we get older, the skin becomes darker, becomes a lot of pigmentation because the renewal becomes slower. So it's the same thing. When we take enough nutrients plus balanced gut plus M cells, right? It helps the cells to restore itself to its normal, healthy state. And hence, it can help you to do a lot more repair work. And it is like a booster that boosted your nutrition that you have taken in. It absorbed, it utilized all the nutrient, and that's why you get very good result in just a few days by taking the M cell plus all the nutrients. What took 3 months with M cell, it is just less than 1 week. Yeah, that's the magic of M cell. Okay, I'm not trying to sell products here, but I can tell you this is one of the antioxidant products right now in the market that is like magic. It's truly like magic because it helps to repair the cells, the body cells. If the body cells are perfect, you will not have so much of diseases. Okay. Yeah, so what you can see here is actually the green thing here is actually under microscope, special microscope of normal cells. Okay. And on the right is actually a damaged DNA, a damaged cell. Okay. So after taking the M cells, right, the disease or the damaged DNA cells becomes normal again and even better than normal. Okay, and what are the plants that is so powerful? It is a pomegranate. It is this fruit. Okay, that helps with the repair DNA damage within just 24 hours. Okay, how about inflammation? Okay, so for inflammation, there is this flower, it's actually orchid, the berries, yeah, that helps to reduce inflammations by 28% in just 7 hours. Yeah, in just 7 hours. So what it means is if you have sore throat, if you take M cell within 7 hours, you'll feel about 28% better. Yeah. Yeah, so this is one of my friend in Penang. He has got this psoriasis for a long time, more than 10 years. Although he's been taking nutrition, but it just cannot heal. Until he took M cell and just a few days time, like 1 week time, the skin started to heal. Okay, yeah. So whatever you see on the skin, if the skin heal means that inside also even heal better inside already. Yeah, skin is the last part. So you can see there's a lot of examples. Okay, so lastly, what I want to say here is that besides the M cell, with the right lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, plus a balanced microbiome, gut microbiome, you will be able to achieve lowering the inflammation and achieve less of all these chronic diseases that's caused by inflammation. Okay, yeah. So a healthy body is not accidental. I hope you know that, right? And it can be taken for granted sometimes. So that because of that, we must be deliberate, we must be careful, and we must be intentionally develop good healthy habits. Good healthy habits cannot just develop overnight. Okay, it must be intentionally done. Okay, so what you can do is to start with a nutritious breakfast, like for example, our gut morning. Feed the cells every morning and you will enjoy a day full of energy and joy, right? Yeah. So, and to do that, to cultivate healthy habits, right? To reduce inflammation, you need joyful and positive teammates. Okay. So at the LiCo teams, right, we are ready to support you, serve you with our professional approach. And of course, there's joy waiting for you and there are warm encouragement all around. We have the health buddy, 21 days health buddy in our chat group. If you want to join us, you can just tell us, we can add you into the chat where we will share our very interesting food, healthy food, and we encourage each other. And every week we got challenge. And if we fulfill the challenge every week, at the end of the month, we get prizes also. So this is how we cultivate healthy habits. It's not otherwise, if you're doing it yourself, it's not easy. If chronic inflammation requires healthy habits, healthy health habits, right? Yeah, so that's all for me tonight. If you have any questions, I can answer now. Okay, so I got question, does M-cell replace a high dosage antioxidants or in addition to? I would say it is in addition to the high antioxidants, okay? Depending on what health issues are, yeah, okay? Yeah, if let's say it's not too serious, I think just by taking M-cell, it could be good enough. But if let's say there are chronic disease such as skin issues like eczema, you probably need the high antioxidant like vitamin C also. Okay, because nothing can replace vitamin C, I would say. Yeah, if you like, for example, M-cell is like magical, but then if you have osteoporosis, by taking M-cells, it's not going to grow bones, but it will help you absorb better or utilize better of the calcium, magnesium that supplements that you take. Okay, because your cells are more normal, more active now. So the utilization is better, the absorptions may be better. Okay, yeah. Sachi inchi oil has omega-3, 6, 9. Is it good to take? Normally, we would just recommend that you take omega-3 because 6 and 9 is everywhere outside. Okay, and we are already taking too much of 6 and 9, which causes inflammation. So we just need to take omega-3 to anti-inflammation. Yeah, so just take the 3 is good enough. The 6 and 9, as long as you eat out, you use vegetable oil, there is omega-6. Okay, yeah. Okay, Nutrilite is so it's not so over counters lah. You must be a member in order to purchase. Okay. Um, I don't have a medical background, but I have a diploma in iTech, in diet nutrition by iTech UK, and I have a few certificates from Republic Poly, and I read a lot of books, and I have a lot of practical experience in helping people regaining their health. Yeah. Okay. Another 4. What type of vitamin C to use? Are you talking about powder form or tablet form? Right. Vitamin C, if you want to use vitamin C, try to look for vitamin C that has as natural as possible lah. Meaning that there is bioflavonoids, which is the phytonutrient inside, and less of synthetic vitamin C. Because vitamin C can be derived from lab. Okay, so for Nutrilite vitamin C, right, it is actually made from Accelora cherry and lime. And then it has a little bit of synthetic vitamin C, but it has bioflavonoids. Bioflavonoids comes from the skin of the citrus fruits. Okay, normally we throw away, right? The skin, it is the skin. Yeah, the whitish thing, the whitish bitter thing outside of the fruit. Okay, yeah, so that actually makes it a whole fruit. Although it is in tablet form, but it is whole fruit because they add back the skin and everything. Okay, and for Nutrilite vitamin C, it is a time-release vitamin C. Because vitamin C is water soluble, after you take, right, the body will use it, whatever it needs, it will use it, then it will pass out from your urine already. Okay, it does not retain the vitamin C. Yeah, but for time release, it has a special fiber together with the vitamin C to bind together with the vitamin C. When we take it, right, it goes into your small intestine. It gets break down very slowly because of the binded fiber together with the vitamin C. So it releases slowly in your intestine so that there is no wastage. So one tablet is 500 milligram. Actually, it can last you 8 hours. Protection for 8 hours. Okay, if we take double X, do I still need to take vitamin C? So double X has got vitamin C. Double X is the multivitamin, multi-mineral, and 19 types of plant concentrates. So the vitamin C inside is actually very minimum dose. So what you get from a double X is everything, like it's like a buffet, but you eat a little of everything. So you are like your basic, it tries to help you cover the nutritional gap from your daily food. Okay, yeah, so you get everything a little bit. Vitamin C for people who don't eat a lot of fruits and vegetables, for people who are highly stressed, for people with low immune system, I suggest you take extra. Okay, I suggest you take extra. But if let's say every day you eat a lot of fresh foods and vegetables that is not cooked, anything cooked is gone, or fruits that you bought from supermarket, then you bring home, you put in the fridge for a few days, 1 week, 2 weeks, like very old already. The vitamin C most likely not won't leave much. Yeah, yeah. Okay, and human body cannot produce vitamin C. Okay, the cats, the dogs, they can produce vitamin C by themselves. Okay, when they are sick, the dogs can produce like per hour a few grams of vitamin C. For human, we cannot, so that's why we need to eat. We need to eat fruits, we need to eat vegetables to get vitamin C. And vitamin C get destroyed when it's exposed to air, heat, and cooking. Okay, so it's not easy. You need to eat a lot. You need to eat a lot. When you are lack in vitamin C, you get many kinds of diseases, especially we call it the sailor's disease or scurvy, where your gum bleeds, your nose bleed, ear bleed, eye bleed, everywhere bleed, or you have bruises under your skin. Because when you lack of vitamin C, your body are unable to make collagen. Okay, so your blood vessels break very easily. That's all. Okay, now become basic nutrition course already. What 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 type of protein powder good to drink in morning? Okay, if you're drinking protein for health, right, you should not go for those gym type of protein. Those gym type of protein powder, they have added with a lot of other stuff to a lot of other ingredients to stimulate muscle growth. Okay, the protein I'm talking about is plant protein. So plant protein, the best plant protein is actually from soy. But soy has all the proteins from plants, right? They don't have a complete amino acid profile. Okay, amino acid is the after you break down protein, then it becomes amino acid so that your body can absorb. Okay, if we eat meat or egg, anything animal protein, right? It is complete. Okay, our body can absorb fully. But if you, for example, drink soya milk, it has protein, but the protein is not complete because it's lacking in two other amino acid. So the body sometimes cannot absorb fully. So you have discomfort after you take soya bean, and when it's not complete, it is not a very highly usable kind of protein for the body. Yeah, so you need another two types of amino acid. Normally, it can come from any legume, for example, pea, and grain, for example, wheat. So Nutrilite plant protein contain these three items. It has soy, mainly soy. It has pea, it has wheat, a little bit of wheat to complete its amino acid profile so that it is as good as you eating meat. Yeah, so that is Nutrilite's plant protein. Yeah, so if you have, like, for example, gastric ulcer, you just need to take the Nutrilite plant protein for continuously every day for about 1 month, like that. The ulcers will heal by itself. Yeah, so that's how good it is. Okay. Mm, okay. Okay, according to CNA, 2 oranges per day is enough dosage for our body. That is because they are using the recommended daily allowance, RDA. RDA is this number was created like after World War II to prevent people from getting diseases due to due to deficiency in certain vitamin. Okay, so by taking 2 oranges in the 1940s, right, maybe you will not get scurvy. But in the current 2025, right, we are exposed to so much of pollutions, right? Our life is so stressful. And the food that we are eating, they are not from the farm outside our house. They are not fresh. Even the vegetables that we buy right nowadays, they plant it hydroponic lah, is from a lot of very far away places. They travel from very far away. So the nutrient actually got less and less and less until you eat it is very little only. So that 2 oranges can prevent you from maybe having a disease called scurvy, but it does not help you further living healthily in the current life or current daily situations. Yeah. So I don't think that's enough lah. Yeah, but it's just enough to make you not sick of not getting sick, not getting this sickness called scurvy. That's all. Okay. Yeah. So if you want to know whether you have enough vitamin C or not, it's very simple. Uh, First of all, you check whether you fall sick frequently or not. Second of all, you check your gum, see every time you brush teeth got bleeding or not. Thirdly, you check whether do you always get bruises easily. That is the symptoms of vitamin C deficiency. Okay, Ribena cordial have vitamin C. Okay, yeah. Let me see. Ribena cordial also got sugar lah, huh? And color, so can also. A lot of things got vitamin C. Okay, yeah. So there is this RDA and ODA. ODA means optimum daily allowance. Optimum means that you not only want to just avoid disease, you want to live healthy. It's another level up. One is to avoid disease, one is to be healthy, and one is to be like really functional, really energetic, really, really healthy. So it depends on which level you want to be lah. Yeah. I suppose most of us want to be optimum, right? How do you know if you're optimum? How do you know if you are optimum? Yeah. The easiest way is during um, gathering with your friends of your schoolmate. They are all same age. If you go there, you feel like how come other people look so young, so energetic, they can do a lot, accomplish a lot of things, do like how come I always feel tired, I look old, then probably you are not optimum. Yeah. So we want to have optimum health. Okay. Have I answered all the questions? I mean, I like all these questions, so I have a chance to talk about a lot of things. Children can consume M-cell or not? Can if got any health issues, I think okay to take because M-cell is just another plant concentrates, yeah, to repair the cells and all that. So yes, can. Do we have to detox first before taking all these nutritional products to ensure good absorption of the goodies? I would say the most important thing initially is to get a balanced nutrition, plus make sure that your gut microbiome is balanced. Yeah, that is most important thing. Once your gut microbiome is balanced, you can absorb most of the things. Okay, most of the nutrients that you are taking. The detox here, a lot of time we say detox, but how do we really detox? Our biggest detoxification organ is actually our liver. So if your liver is good, is healthy, you can detox. You can detox, all right? Detox doesn't mean that you need to go and take those certain kind of herbs, then you go and lao sai. That is not detox. That is just lao sai, Yeah, seriously. Okay. Drinking a lot of good filtered water is also detox, especially for your kidney. Yeah. And you can do juice, you can do vegetable juice. That's what we do for our breakfast, our nutritional breakfast. We always add in like 5 colors of plants, like for vegetables, and then we add the protein powder, then we blend it, and then we drink together with the pulp from the vegetables. Yeah, so that is another way of detoxing also. No, Ribena is totally not good for anything. Okay, Ribena is totally not good for everything, because sugar can cause inflammation. Sugar can cause diabetes also. So for seniors, please don't give them Ribena. It is really, really bad. Okay. What brand of vitamin C is good? If you ask me, I would say Nutrilite is the best lah, because it is natural and it is safe and it's not expensive, and it has like 8 hours slow release, so you don't need to take many pills. Okay. Julia, we can contact you about that. Yeah. Okay, so that's about all. For those who wants to join member or you want to buy Nutrilite, please get your please ask whoever give you this webinar's link to help you with that. Okay. Unless you see this from my Facebook, then you PM me. Okay, I think that's all for tonight. Next week we have another talk. In fact, every Tuesday, 8 to 9, same link. We welcome you back. Okay, same link every Tuesday night. Okay, yeah. Thank you all. That's all for tonight.
Thanks, Liz.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good night.
Thank you very much.
Night.
Night.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
You.